Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mhaske coaching classes. We are started with previous year question paper, which are important question for your exam. So let's begin. Let's begin with class 3. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mhaske coaching classes. We started with important question from last two lectures. Let's begin with the next paper. So yesterday I've asked you to start with prefix and suffix. Today we are going to start with synonyms and antonyms. During the introduction, I have told you already. What do you mean by synonyms? So synonyms means similar words. Synonyms means similar words. Okay? So when they'll ask you synonyms, you have to answer similar words. What is the similar for sad? Yes, you can also comment if you know the answer. So sad means basically unhappy. Unhappy, sorrowful, or sorrow. What else you remember? There are multiple answer to these questions. Sorrow, regretful. These are the similar words for sad. You can go anything. The unhappy is the easiest one. You can go for that. But whenever they'll ask you synonyms, don't forget that you have to write a similar word for given word. Okay? Let's move ahead. Next is antonym. Now, what do you mean by antonym is? Antonym is Antonym is opposite word. Opposite word. So when they'll ask you antonym, you have to write opposite word of given word. Accept. So you accept the gift, you accept presents on your birthday. Accept, exactly opposite to that will be reject. They accept your proposal or they will reject your proposal. So be careful regarding antonyms and synonyms. Antonyms is opposite word, synonyms means similar word. S, just don't forget this, and then you'll automatically remember antonyms means synonyms word. Okay, let's move ahead. Next question is write synonym for the word protect. Yes. Now can you comment what do you mean by synonyms? What I'm supposed to write here? Correct. Similar words. And similar for protect is care. Okay, let's move ahead. Do as directed. Write a sentence using collocation, break a record. As I told you in the introduction, collocation means a group of words which make phrase, and it it cannot be breakdown because they usually feel natural. They are always together. So break a record or a heavy rain. We'll not use strong rain or something. So that is what collocation means. Collaboration of word. Collocation is collaboration of words. Okay. So break a record. You have to write sentence for the same, which means when you are writing a sentence, you must be using break a record phrase in it. So, how you will use it? Break a record means there is a record. For example, the sports person have their own record or Guinness World Record. Someone break the previous record, which we called break a record. You can simply write your favorite example. Virat Kohli break a record of maybe Sachin Tendulkar or anyone you like. So it has to be meaningful sentence. Virat Kohli break a record of Sachin Tendulkar. This is how you will use whole phrase. You will not use break in between and record afterwards. No, you have to make sure that you are not breaking this. You are using it break a record in a sentence. Clear? Next. Similar thing. Write a sentence using collocation. Keep a secret. Yes, if you know the sentence, you can write it on comments. By the time I will also write it. What you have to write is keep a secret, which means you have something which you don't want others to know about it, but you are telling it to your close one and asking them to keep a secret. माझं हे गुपित तुझ्याजवळ ठेव जेव्हा असं म्हणायचं असतं तर keep a secret. Okay? So, sentence for it. You can simply write management keep a secret of promotions from sorry my bad from everyone. So ideally management or company management keep a secret of promotions from everyone. Make sure that you are not breaking the phrase keep a secret. Okay? Yes, let's move ahead. Write a sentence using the collocation have a good time. So again, the same question, what you need to do is you have to use have a good time in your sentence. So have a good time. How you will use it in sentence? Can anyone of you comment or yes answer? Have a good time. Yes. So professor wished me to have a good time. So professor wished me to have a good time ahead. Good time ahead. Have a good time is basically you may have a good time. It's a sort of greeting. So you can use it in sentence that professor wished you have a good time ahead. Clear? Yes. Let's move ahead now. Replace underline word. So they missed out underline word only. Yes. Replace underline word with correct word and rewrite the following sentence. So basically the wrong word. How I come to know is she is the principal of our college. So there are two spelling of principal. Don't get confused in this. So one is sorry. Principal and this principal. Now thing is, principle, this principle means a person in authority, authority. यांना आपण म्हणतो मुख्याध्यापिका, मुख्याध्यापिका. Okay, a person in authority. And this principle means uh, the rules that you follow or the value that you praise. Okay, which means तत्व or तत्वे. सो हे म्हणजे तत्व आणि हे म्हणजे मुख्याध्यापिका. या सेंटेन्स मध्ये शी इज प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ आवर कॉलेज, टॉकिंग अबाउट अ गर्ल. व्हाय? बिकॉज इट्स अ शी, टॉकिंग अबाउट अ गर्ल, and saying that she is the principal of our college. What do you think? Which principle is correct? This principle or this principle? Absolutely. So when we are talking about a girl, she needs to be this principle because we are talking about person. We are not talking about the rules or the values. Okay. So that is the reason we are going to use, instead of this principle in sentence, we are going to use this principle spelling. So the answer will be, she is the principal of our college. Yeah, so this needs to be replaced by this. Okay, next, replace the underlying word with the correct word and rewrite you the following sentence. Yes, why I have rewrite? Because it is specifically given that rewrite the following sentence. So make sure that you are also rewrite the full sentence. Now here, his house is on the 5th floor. Oh God. So can you just guess which one is the wrong spelling? His house is on the 5th floor. Yes, absolutely. So floor is the wrong spelling and you have to correct that. So your answer will be, his house is on the 5th floor. Quickly explaining you. So floor and floor. Okay. This floor means it can be rice flour, it can be basin flour, so any flour which means atta. Okay, you can simply say powder of grains. Flour mill hoti hai ideally. Okay, and this flour which means mozzarella. It's basically on which floor, which means कुठल्या मजल्यावर तुम्ही राहता, this is this floor, and this floor means atta, the powder of grains. So we are supposed to use this floor. Okay, cool. Let's move ahead. This question will take afterwards. Attempt any two of the following. Read given passage carefully. Answer the questions given below. Yes. How to solve the passage. A quick trick to solve the passage. Before you read the passage, just go through the question first. What you need to do is go through the question first and then start reading it. Don't waste your time in reading the passage first, okay? So we'll go through the question first. Here is the question. Write a suitable title for this passage. So first, whenever you are reading the passage, you are going to think of title. What title is suitable? So for that, you need to know the theme of passage, and then we'll discuss the suitable title. What is the common between happiness and sun? So whenever you are going to read a passage, you have to make sure that you are finding something common between happiness and sun. Okay? So keep that in your mind. Third question is, what is needed to create happiness? So now you'll come to know that the paragraph is almost about the happiness because it's a two times happiness. So what is needed to create happiness? The things that are needed to create happiness. You are going to keep that in mind. Which examples are given to explain the concept of happiness? And you have to find out the example as well. Okay? So what are the things that we are going to think? Title. So whenever you'll read the title, you'll come to know it's all around happiness. Think about one short quote or a phrase or a collocation for this happiness. Then second is, what is common between happiness and sun? So whenever you'll find the word sun in the passage, and then you will think what is the common in between. Then what is needed to create happiness? So whenever you will find a word create, you'll get the answer over here, and examples that you will come to know when you are reading the passage. Okay, now let's move back and read the passage. Okay, happiness is like sun. You got the first thing, that is sun. It is often hidden by the clouds. After sun, we are going to get the common thing between happiness and the sun. So, it is often hidden by the clouds, hidden by clouds of thoughts, worries, and desire. Okay, we'll read further and then we'll write all the questions all together. Which means here they wanted to say happiness is like sun. Common thing between them is the way sun is hidden between the clouds, happiness is also hidden between the clouds of. So we have a name for those clouds. So I'll quickly explain. If this is sun, many a times during revolution, during during revolution, it will go beyond clouds, right? Similarly, happiness will also go beyond the cloud. With them there is a happiness. Both of them will go between the clouds, or they will hide themselves between the clouds. So the cloud's name is cloud's name is thought, thought, desire, and worries. So your happiness is might be in the hidden between the thoughts, whatever you're thinking, in your worries, if you're worried about something and you really care for something, and then desire. So when you have a strong desire of something, you feel nervous, you feel, sad about it, and then your happiness is hidden behind that cloud. So be really, really aware when to, deep down between the thoughts, when to, worried extra. So that is hiding your happiness, and that's what the common between happiness and sun. Now we got the answer of one question. We'll move ahead. We have to scatter and dissolve them to experience happiness. Similarly, just like a sun rays, we also have to scatter our happiness and dissolve them to experience happiness. And we need to make sure that these clouds are also scattered and dissolve in your happiness. You worry You dissolve your worries, you dissolve your desire, thoughts when you are happy. All you have to do is calm your mind to create happiness. Now you got, again, you find create here, which means here is the answer, calm your mind to create happiness. Second, I think this is third one. Because when there is a quiet mind and inner peace, there is a happiness. Happiness is not something far away and unattended. Happiness does not depend on circumstances, objects, or events. It is an inseparable part of our consciousness, of our essence, but hidden and covered from sight by your thoughts, desire, and worries. The mind is always in a constant race from one thought to another, from one worry to another. It constantly moves from one object to another, never standing still. This is restlessness, hides the happiness that is within you. Okay, let's move ahead. You cannot see treasure at the bottom of stormy, muddy lake, although it is there. However, when the wind stops, the water becomes still and the mud sinks. You can see the treasure. The treasure is there whether you see it or not. So is happiness. So they are saying, they are giving multiple example of natural thing, water, mud, rain, desire, and so on. And your happiness is all there and it is just hidden between your thoughts and desire and worries. It is always here, hidden by your thoughts, desire, and worries. The one thing they wanted to say. Yes, can you think of title now? Yes. Think of the best title that you can. You can comment, you can suggest whatever you like. Yes. Think of the title. I'm waiting for you to reply. Okay. So, what do you think? In search of happiness? Can be the title. You can also give n number of title, whatever you think of. So I'm thinking that the person is in search of happiness, but the happiness is all within you. No one can make you happy. That's what the paragraph wanted to say. And that is the reason I've given the title, in search of happiness. Okay. What is the common between happiness and sun? We have already written down the answer. The answer is here. Happiness is just like a sun. The way sun is hidden between the clouds, happiness is also hidden between the thoughts, desire, and worries. The way sunshine scatters, happiness is also scatter and dissolve in it. Similarly, let your happiness also dissolve the thoughts, desire, and worries within it. That's it. That will be answer for your 2 marks. Make sure you're writing at least 4 lines. Okay? The answer is here. I'll quickly write down giving you the answer. So yes, here we have to scatter, dissolve the experience till here. Yes, question 2. Quickly underline that so that you'll understand. Okay, next. What is needed to create happiness? Again, for 1 mark, we'll write only one line. What is it needed? All you have to do is calm your mind to create happiness. I'll write it here as I can. Calm happiness. Okay, just for 1 mark you can write 1 or 2 lines, that's it. Which examples are given to explain the concept of happiness? Now there are multiple examples given. For 2 marks you will again write 4 lines or more than 4 lines. I'll quickly tell you examples. Okay, so there's a happiness. One is this. First example, I'm writing AG1. Happiness is not something far away and unattainable. Happiness does not depend on circumstances, object, or event. It is inseparable part of our consciousness. Mm, the mind is always in a constant thought and worries. Constantly moves from one another, never standing still. This is restless, hides the happiness. Okay, another example will be, you can also write the happiness and the sun example, and then this one. You cannot see treasure at the bottom of stormy and muddy lake, although it is there. Similarly, this is EG2. And one more example given, when the wind stops, the water becomes still and the mud skins. You can see the treasure. It is included. Yes, these are the two examples given for happiness. One is, I'll quickly write, sun and happiness. One is that example. And next is treasure in stormy and muddy lake. So these two examples are given for happiness. You can simply write it down from the passage. Okay, we answer the following question. Now we have seen the unit 5 regarding presentation skill, and that day I told you the presentation skill is your 21st century skill, right? So what is body language? What are the aspects of body language? Now you can just observe me, the way I'm standing, the way my hand movements, the way my expressions are different at every time. The way I do my hand moved. It's all about body language. Okay, so the aspects of it will write it in a descriptive, but what do you mean by body language is basically the way you present yourself to the audience or to someone. So we'll quickly write this down. So the way you present, writing this, okay, you present yourself in front of others is known as your body language. Okay, so the basically way I'm standing, I'll be looking like a teacher, but what if I start doing this, yo, yo, yo? So that is not the correct body language I carry being a teacher. You'll feel like I'm not a teacher, I'm maybe a college student, or maybe, someone from the street, but doesn't look like a teacher. Why? Because of the body language that we carry. So that is your body language. What are the aspect? Now we'll write, this is the introduction, first question. Now I'm writing aspect of body language. I'll quickly write aspects. Okay, So the first one is your walk, basically the way you walk, the way you enter, then the way you stand, the way you stand. I'm writing it in a simple way because I'm not able to write whole thing. You can describe this in your own word. The way you stand, your expressions, your expressions, your gestures, hand movement, and body movement as well. Um, and the last one is your communication. So these are communication will also include intonation, tone, your modulation. So these are the aspects of your body language. First, the way you walk, the way you stand, your expressions, gestures, hand movements, body movements, and the last one is your communication, the way you communicate, your tone, your intonation, voice modulation, everything will come under the body language. Okay, let's move ahead. Write 4 tips to give effective PowerPoint presentation. Again, this is the present 24th century skill. Everything you need to present. So, what are the 4 tips to give? Now, you must have present yourself in college, PowerPoint. You must have made PPTs and you're presenting in front of your classmates or dignitaries. So, can you just quickly write it down? What are the tips to give effective PowerPoint presentation? Yes. Okay. So effective PowerPoint presentation, which means when you're presenting it, when you're presenting your work, what are the things that are absolutely necessary? Okay. We'll quickly write it down. So while giving, you can introduce it in 1 or 2 lines. While giving PowerPoint presentation, these are the things you must prepared for. So what are the things that you need to be prepared for? That I'm writing it below in points. You can describe it. First one is make sure that make sure that your PPT, that is PowerPoint presentation, P P T. Okay, so your PPT is visible and in effective color, colored picture and points. So ideally in PPT, you cannot write a descriptive things. You just need to write points. And when you are explaining PPT, you will explain it briefly. So make sure that you're writing points and you're briefing it. You're not allowed to write whole thing in your PPT. Okay. And then we must have to make sure that the pictures and the colors are visible enough. The letters are visible enough. Next, it's about PPT. Now, um, what about presentation? So, your dressing and grooming needs to be proper when you are giving presentation. Okay. Third one is your preparedness. So, third one is your communication skill. Communication, describing all points in proper way is really, really important. Fourth one, so whenever you started with your PPT, you will greet your communication means you will greet the audience. You'll start with describing points, why the picture is there, how you're presenting it, and you have to make sure that whatever you're presenting is properly perceived by your audience or not. So these are the tips you can, yes. And the last one is conclusion, which means while presenting, you're concluding importance of your topic and thanking for attention. So this needs to be concluded in the end, and these are the 4 tips you for effective PowerPoint presentation. Next, write 4 tips of dressing, grooming for interview. So interview means it's not a casual thing. It's really, really important in everyone's life. And when you want to crack the interview, you have to make sure that you are properly dressed up and groomed. What do you mean by dressing and grooming? Yes, correct, exactly. So dressing means the way you dressed up, you're formally dressed up. You have to make sure that you are looking professionals, you are carrying and building that aura of professionalism. And the second one is grooming. It's all about your haircut, trimming, your nails, and the everything is in the way it has to be. Okay. So, yes, dressing and grooming, and you can, of course, you're a college student, so you can give these tips to your friend whenever there is an interview in your college. Yes. So, 4 tips for dressing. We have to write 4 tips. So, 2 for dressing and 2 for grooming. Let's start writing. What can be the 4 tips? So, you have to dress up professionally. Okay, you have to dress professionally. Second, regarding dressed up, the color of the dress must be decent, which means it shouldn't be vibrant color. It must not be in vibrant color. color. So you're not allowed to wear vibrant, gaudy, catchy eyes color. No. What you need to do is you have to be wearing decent, proper clothing, and it has to be dressed up professionally. Then next is grooming. For grooming, we can simply write cut your nails and trim your hair. For boys, for boys, you will trim your beard as well, or you will just clean your shave. I'll write shave. That's it, I guess. So these are the tips for interview. These are the basic tips for interview before you go for interview. For dressing and grooming, you have to do it very, very properly. Otherwise, you will messed up in the first impression only. Okay. Next, draft a welcome speech on occasion of guest lecture organized on the topic personality development. So I'm giving you points here how to draft a speech, and you are going to draft it as your homework. Okay. So yes, for speech, what you need to do is whenever you must have already heard a lot of speech in your school time, because every day, like every celebration, it starts with speech, I know. So how they give a speech, how they started off, they'll start off with, yes, they'll start off with, if it's a morning session, it will start off with good morning everyone. Yes, of course. What else? They'll say, we will welcome our honorable guest, Principal Miss, and my dear friends. This is how you start your speech, right? So, you are going to start a speech with the same. We called it greetings. What we call to it? Greetings. When you welcome honorable guest, Principal Ma'am, and my dear friends. So, you said, a warm morning, everyone. A warm morning. What's wrong with me today? A warm morning, everyone. I welcome honorable guest, principal ma'am, or principal miss, or principal sir, and my dear friends. So this is how you start your speech. Now, after the greetings, you will start with what is the occasion. It's a occasion of guest lecture organized by topic personality development. So there are guest lecture who are going to start off with personality development lecture, and you are going to welcome them first. So we have already said honorable guest. After that, you will say something regarding personality development, or what is the importance of personality development. So here on the second point you will write importance of or significance of personality development. You can simply say, now we all know, in this 21st century, the personality development is really, really important. Nowadays, it is a topic to learn because people are not that socialized. People, the students or the children are just sitting at home playing on their mobile phone. They are virtually connected with each other, but they are not playing in a group and they are not meeting each other. And that is the reason their personality won't develop at all because they are not socialized enough. And here is the need of personality development, because if you're not your personality is not that impressive, um, you're not able to work somewhere, you're not able to grab attention of other people. And that is the reason personality development is really, really important. And just to learn this, we have our special guest today. And then after the sentence, you are going to make sure that you are introducing your guest. Introducing guest. Here you will just say background of guest. So background of guest and how they are connected, how they are connected with personality development training. You can talk about their personality. Okay, you can talk about their personality. You can talk about, first you will start with the background. So the guest on our honorable guest today is this, and they belong to this college, and they have done this, they have done the whatever the great things they have been done. And then how they are connected with personality development, and how they are going to make sure that today you will be developed, or you'll achieve something from this guest lecture. So that you have to do over here in this part, introducing guest. And in the end, while ending the speech, you will say, um, now basically conclusion is, now I would like to request, I would like to request our honorable guest, honorable guest to start improving us or start giving lecture or whatever. Okay, so this is how you can give a speech. It will be short, 5 to 10 minute speech where you'll greet, tell the importance of personality development, introducing guests, their background, how they are connected with personality development, and the conclusion of requesting the guest to start up with the lecture. Okay, I hope this is cool. And I would love if you write it down on a pen and paper and just posted a picture of this, so that you will practice more for a speech. So, yes, thanking you, and see you tomorrow at 7:10. Thank you so much.